Welcome to the Godot BootCamp lesson on an overview of external authentication. We already know that brainCloud supports several different types of authenticated identities, including email authentication, universal authentication, Facebook, Steam, Apple Game Center, and Google Play services. There are many more authenticated identities that brainCloud supports, but what happens if there's a platform that we don't support? That is where external authentication comes in. One platform that brainCloud does not currently support is Twitch. In this lesson, we're going to detail how the external authentication process with Twitch will work. Twitch uses OAuth 2.0 to grant access to user information. If you aren't familiar with OAuth, that's okay. OAuth is an open standard for allowing users to grant websites or applications access to their information from another platform without having to give their password. The first thing that you'll need to do as a developer is to create an account with Twitch and register your app. Twitch will then provide you with a client ID and a client secret. In your app that you're developing, on the authentication page, display a button that indicates that your app supports Twitch authentication. Clicking that button will open the web browser at the URL below. The URL has some important parameters, including the client ID, a redirect URL, which in this example is a local server running on the user's machine, the scope. This is the data that the user is authorizing our app to access. In this case, it's the user's email. The last parameter indicates that we are expecting an authorization code back from Twitch. The web browser will then display a screen that looks like this. We'll change the view so you can actually see the relevant information. This screen is telling the user that our app is asking to access the email address that the user has associated with their Twitch account. The user can click Authorize or Cancel. Clicking the Authorize button will send an authentication code to the redirect URL that we provided. Our app will be listening for that response, and when we receive it, our app will then make an HTTP post request to Twitch with parameters that include the code we just received, along with the Twitch client ID, client secret, and the type of code that we are sending. If our code is valid, Twitch will then respond with an access token. With this access token in hand, we can then make an HTTP GET request to get access to the user's email. Twitch will then respond with the user's data, which will include their email address. This completes the OAuth process. Continuing with external authentication, on the brainCloud portal, we would then write a cloud code script that would take in the user's email address and the access token. This script will make an HTTP GET request to the Twitch server to validate the access token. If the access token is valid, then the cloud code script will return a successful result. Back in our app, we'll make a brainCloud external authentication request, where we'll send the user's email, the access token, and the name of the cloud code script that we wrote. The script that we wrote will then validate the access token with Twitch, and on a successful result, we will return the profile ID in the response to our app. And that's it. That's the overview of how external authentication with Twitch and OAuth works. Implementing external authentication with Twitch is the next lesson in the Godot BootCamp.